as expected. Captain Angie Postecoglou out suspended, so Harris Micheil comes into the defence. Up front, Paul Trimboli is in consistent goal-scoring form. He's got 9 so far this season. And from the midfield, Steve Tasios has chipped in with 4 goals in 6 games. For the visitors, Sydney Olympic, Andrew Bernal back from suspension, but not into their starting 11 as expected. He will come on as substitute at some stage during the afternoon, should he be needed. And Steve Georgakis has retained his place in the Olympic defence as this Sydney team looks to win here at Middle Park for only the 2nd time in its history. And the referee this afternoon, a man who needs little introduction, from South Australia, Don Campbell. And the blue of South Melbourne Hellas gets us underway, going from left to right in this first half. And this Middle Park ground has not been a happy hunting ground for them this season. In fact, they've lost their last 3 here and have only won twice at home for this season. Only scored 8 goals in Melbourne, in fact, while letting in 14. While they've been in Sydney, they've managed to put the ball in the net a considerable number of times. In fact, they won this game back in round 8, 3-0 at the Sydney Football Stadium. This afternoon is our first damp Sunday afternoon this season in Melbourne. Thankfully it stopped raining as we kick off, and there's just a few pools of water lying on the ground, 3 to be exact, as it's Olympic in the white shirts this afternoon. Thwarted on this occasion, Taliadoros. Good ball for Trimboli for him. And as usual, Robert Hooker, a desperate defender, clearing, but not for long. Tasios got a nose for goals at the moment, just dwelling a little bit though. Here's Ironside for Olympic. Healy here can see it all the way back to the keeper. You see the ball just skidding a little bit on the turf. We had light showers before the kick-off. The first touch for Bruce MacLaren this afternoon. Phillips got in there with a touch. Here's Grant Lee. And again, Blair. Timely. Trimboli. And the winner this time, Georgakis. Healy only as far as Polak. Edwards had made a run, wasn't spotted. Polak switches play. Having to do a lot of diving at the moment. The South Melbourne defence is Polak again. Well, Phillips is the man that was never going to get there.
He's got to be the most attacking fullback I've seen in the National League. He's I saw him a couple of weeks ago against Preston, and you would have thought he was a left winger, and yet he's always back there and available.
Here he is, continuing the run up the left. Good run from Trimboli in the middle. Keeper stops. Paul Trimboli, and Meier saved it with his legs.
What a superb piece of vision there from Harry Micheil. He's looked up, he's had a fair bit of time, but he's looked up and he's caught Trimmers on a great run through the middle.
So it's the first corner of the afternoon for South Melbourne. Taken to the corner of the box. Blair over the bar. He's been threatening to score one of those in the league all season. Got a goal in the Buffalo Cup with his head. Georgakis did well. Healy robbed by him. Steve Georgakis, good play. Edwards got the speed. He's outstripping Blair here in this run. And that's tipped away by MacLaren just before Saad could get there. Lee keeps it in play. Bit of pressure on the Blues now. Hoisted high for Ironside. Too close to the keeper. Petersen on Ironside. Oh, it took a deflection off Petersen. Micheil, an unmarked Wright. He might have tried one on the left foot there. Goes on the right instead and took the deflection. And a terrific save from Meier. Had to change his mind at the last moment. Taliadoros away from Haniotis. He's Pretty strong though, George Haniotis. Penalised on this occasion. George Haniotis, 23 years of age today. Petersen will take the free kick. Trimboli gone near post. Oh, nodded in by Taliadoros. Well, a lovely worked goal from the Blues. Trimboli made the run to the near post. Taliadoros was there as well. He got the touch, his 4th goal of the season in the league. 8th all told for South Melbourne. And right on half-time, that free kick just outside the area leads to a South Melbourne goal. They lead 1-0.
What a lovely little flick by Mickey Petersen. I mean, his touches are such high quality. He knew exactly where he was going to put it, and Kim obliged.
From the sounds emanating from the Olympic bench, you could tell that Eddie Thompson wasn't too pleased with his team in that first half. He'll be even less pleased now, being down a goal. And it's half-time at Middle Park. The goal coming just a minute or so before the whistle. As we ticked into injury time, up rose Kim Taliadoros at the near post to put in the Mick Petersen free kick. And that's the goal that separates the team. South Melbourne had more of the chances. They put away the last one. Score at half-time, 1-0. Sydney Olympic attacking the goal to the right in this half. Get us underway. There's been one change during the half-time break, and that's to the South Melbourne Hellas 11. Harry Micheil came down heavily halfway through that first half, and he's been replaced at left back by Damian Mori, more accustomed to a midfield position, but he's taking his place in the back four, number 13. The ball's fallen for Jason Polak. Ironside, and Fernandes shepherding it back to the sprawling MacLaren, who does everything with skill and non-exaggeration in his movements. It's very economical, that's the word I'm looking for. Ironside. Lee won't quite get there in time. 70 minutes played. MacLaren holds that one first time.
You'll notice, Peter, that Sydney Olympic send George Haniotis up every now and again. Now, if Hellas are not aware of this, they'll get caught on the far post because they haven't got very many big men apart from Steve Blair.
Trimboli. Oh, magic! Oh, yes! Paul Trimboli shows us something special.
I think that's why he's rated as one of the best centre forwards in the country. Just slight of foot. He didn't have to do anything fancy. Just using the shoulder, moved the body one way, took the ball the other, and slotted it very calmly into the back of the net.
And Trimboli scores his 10th goal of the season. And he took a while to get going, but he's been unstoppable in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And he can take his place in South Melbourne Hellas if they can hang on to this lead, taking their place in the top 5. Nine goals last year scored by Paul Trimboli. He's exceeded that with 5 weeks of the regular season to go, and South Melbourne, well, hoping it won't end there for them. It's been a tremendous performance. They were down in the cellar, and they're now knocking on the door of the 5, and when this final whistle goes, they may have been let into the top 5 of the competition. Still a bit left in this match. Phillips and Tasios not seeing eye to eye. Both substitutes. Michael McGarry, number 13 on the right, and Andy Bernal coming on. Player going off. The first one, Grant Lee, and the second will be Alistair Edwards. And it's a very dispirited Edwards who takes his place on the bench. Let's see if the two fresh pairs of legs can work something for them. Head on from Ironside, here's Saad. And MacLaren got down and went off his body away.
I think you'll find that Robbie Ironside will take a greater part in this game now that McGarry's on. McGarry can swing a ball across with consummate ease, and I think you'll find Robbie Ironside on the end of it 9 times out of 10.
McGarry. Right. And he's found a man, Trimboli. Healy now content to go back to his keeper. South Melbourne content with the job they've done this afternoon. It's always going to be a tight match, and they've done it with utter professionalism today. The team really starting to gel. Perhaps they've found something in adversity. And here goes Trimboli. It's going to be a goal kick. No, he decides to keep it in play. None has played better than the man that played that back, Steve Blair. It's where they really needed some reinforcement at the back. I think, Paul, you'd be pretty happy with the way they've played today.
Yeah, especially as it's their home ground and they're not favoured to win here every week. They've really strung it together today.
Trimboli again, and hooked away by Haniotis. Trimboli for Wright. Those two combine so well together. There's Petersen. Like a cat on a hot tin roof there, going from left to right foot. Danny Wright, he's been in everything. Taliadoros is in here. Tasios couldn't get back to get a strike at goal. Now they have to stream black the men in blue. 2 minutes left. Robbie Ironside. Andrew Bernal. McLaren decides to stay on his line. McGarry. Petersen gives away the throw. Healy just gave half a sniff there to Abbas Saad.
Come on, Sonny, get the game going!
Heard coach on the bench, Eddie Thompson, wanting the game to get going. I think he's being a bit optimistic to think the Olympic could get back into it here in the last 2 minutes of play. Taliadoros. Tasios in space. Meier came out well. Tasios just playing it too far forward. Allowed the keeper to make the interception. Ironside, the ball for McGarry. And there was Fernandes. We've played over 89 minutes. One of the last chances for Olympic to get on the score sheet. Phillips towards Ironside, his header. MacLaren's ball. We've played 90 minutes. South Melbourne sitting on the 2-0 lead. And tonight they'll be very satisfied as they take their shower that they've done the job today on Sydney Olympic and taken their spot in the top 5. And they've learned how to win here at Middle Park again. Danny Wright. There's Trimboli, fitting that he should end up with the ball. 2-0 winners, South Melbourne Hellas. They continue this unbeaten run against Sydney Olympic at Middle Park that stretches back 10 years. The 20 encounters here, they have won 11 of them. 8 draws and just 1 loss, but more importantly for the 1989 season, they've taken Sydney Olympic's top 5 spot and they've won their first game at home for 4 matches, only their 3rd win at Middle Park for the season for Hellas. The goals coming in the 45th minute from Kim Taliadoros and Paul Trimboli, to the applause of the crowd, walking off having put the sealer on it after 70 minutes. Final score at Middle Park, South Melbourne Hellas 2.